So I've worked with so many amazing educators in my life. How lucky. I can't begin to tell you, there's so many good stories. I think that every teacher goes every single day with the idea that they're doing their very best with what comes to school. And I can think, this is just one story. This one person in particular, he worked with grade 7 students. And it was quite a strict, if I can say it that way, teacher, but there's no buts. Had his particular style, right? Never thought that he could teach with kids maybe that were a little outside the box, didn't quite do things that they were supposed to do in the classroom. And I remember talking to him when this child was coming to our school. I said that this kid had been quite damaged. It was quite a sad story. And I said, and I'm not asking you that you have to take this child, but I'm requesting, because I've spent enough time with this child, observing him in this special class, that you would be fantastic for this child. And he said, why are you saying that, Leslie? Well, because you're consistent to a T. And not that it means that you're a good teacher when you're consistent, but for his style. He was consistent, this is the way it was going to be, and kids knew when they came into class what they were expecting. So I actually brought him to observe the child in the special class that he was at. And he said, oh my God, I said, I don't know if I can do this. I said, well, you know what? Let's just try. Let's try together. Let's give this kid a chance, because you know what? It's a win-win for you. Like you're an awesome educator. You're going to work with kids, and you do your very best. And we've got a huge support system. You know that. We've got lots of people out there. So the kid, of course, starts in September, and I was just so much baggage. It wasn't fair what had happened to him. But anyway, he wanted so much to be at the school. And you know what? He knew he had some people in his court. Like I was definitely in his court, and I was going to help this kid. So I said, no expectations. He said, I don't know if I can do that. This was the teacher. And I said, just, you know what? Set some stuff up you think he could do, and he'll rise to it. But it's going to be really simple. So he did. And the kid couldn't do anything that wasn't, like, it had to be so black and white. And long story short, within 6 months, the guy had made such a difference with this kid. And to be honest, the kid stayed with him for 2 years in that class before he went on to secondary. And it changed the whole kid's life. And in fact, it changed the entire family's life, because the family couldn't trust the system, because the parents had gone to school, and Dad was the only one that was really involved with the kid at this time. The mother had made some mistakes, and she wasn't allowed to see the child. But this dad, who was totally illiterate himself, trusted the system enough for what this guy had done. And this teacher was quite, I don't know how to say it, just, if the term is black and white, things had to be done a certain way. And the kid rose to that, because the kid could only see that. Things are so gray in his life that this was such a perfect match for this kid that was limited in how he could share his intelligences, right? And it worked. And it was such a huge success story. And to be honest, I retired after that. I'm not sure how the kid's doing now, but you know what? If the kid just had those 2 years, something's going to make a difference.